So we're back for more Skul. See, they haven't fixed this yet, but the game has been updated, and in the patch notes it did say it fixed the issue we were having with that enemy in the second zone. So that is good. They've also, oh yeah, they've added some new abilities. I think Rush Forward is it's a common one. They've added some new abilities to existing Skuls. I didn't really read them because I want to be surprised, but I just know there are some. And then we put bombs as well. So in the background I'm also downloading Season 5 of Apex. It hasn't actually started yet, but for those watching live, the stream rate might go to, or quality might go to pot. But luckily I'm recording this locally for YouTube, so it doesn't matter, and gives you an excuse to watch it when it's over there. Give me my attack up. And we're still saving up our purple so we can get the second tier of Deathify. Although it's not actually a second charge, I actually stopped and read the text this time. It's gives you 60% of your HP back rather than 30 when you res, which is still pretty good. I think they added some new sound effects as well, or voice lines maybe, I'm not sure. Like that sound of those Groots dying is like a mini explosion. I don't remember that being the case before. No, we'll go this way. It actually shows you on the map that you can do that. Forgot I could put bombs, also there's a little bit of screen tear there. Like, I'm not imagining that little explosion in the background every time a Groot dies. That was not there before. Actually, that effect seems to be on the skull. You see that how there's like a black line coming down from my character every so often? I'm not sure what I do to cause it, but I think that might just be a visual glitch. I have no idea why SSDs take so long to allocate. Ugh. Oh wait, they buffed this a little bit, I think. They changed something with it, I just don't remember what it is. Get a free item though. Well, if we get the Ghost Rider one, that's a movement speed increase, which... Oh yeah, does this get affected by anything? It lowers your movement speed. Wonderful. Dash attack increased. Okay. Pew pew indeed. And yes, I do want to make that noise, but you know I can't. This is the first session of Skul since I changed the Xbox controller. Can't remember if I was using this last Tuesday I mean. Every time I can't use this helmet because every time I hear that noise I want to mimic it. It's too compelling. I need to check what this special is doing. Dash cooldown. Okay, he gets extra hits on his dash, that's what it is. So I wasn't really using it before. But now I am. I wonder if they've nerfed how many heals you get in the first area, because I feel like you've seen them less. If so, that's the fix I was not wanting. I didn't want them to reduce how much you get early on, I wanted them to increase how much you get later. To balance it, I mean. Hello, Nikki. Takes forever to fire. Thank you, Yoshi, I will read that in a second. For 45 months in a row with Twitch Prime, hello to you too, and hello Yuki. Thank you for the support. I was actually going to mention, come July this year, I think that's year 5 of streaming. No, year 4? Damn it, I've forgotten now. If it's 5, then that would make it the profession I've been in the most if you don't count retail, like every retail job as retail. I was thinking about that on my day off. Like if you lump all retail together, that's still way ahead. But each individual job is not. HP by 30. Skeleton soldiers. This is a skeleton soldier, right? I think. Does anyone know for sure, does this classify as a skeleton soldier? Or does it have to be the ones with the sword? Thank you, Razalik, as well, for 40 months with Twitch Prime. Almost all the months. Shady, do you know? I know you've been playing a lot of this. I'll just risk it. I wish there was a way to check. Well, if it looks like we're doing more damage, we're doing more damage. Simple as that. I feel like that did do more. It wasn't at 7 before, now it's like 8 and 9. No, too late now. They're all, like, every skull is a skeleton, because we're part of a skeleton army. I've never really utilised the dash attack, but this skull is making me do that, so that's good. Skeleton spear and skeleton shield count? Alright, so if the name has like skeleton dash, then it counts. Okay. Well, if I'm going to use that, that means I've wasted it. But I like the ice one. Oh, it's got the bad ability though, never mind. That's a shame.
A gift for you.
A gift for you. Thank you, an anonymous gifter, for gifting a tier 1 sub to What to the Kitten. I don't know if that was random or specific, but thank you. You also accidentally or deliberately started a hype train. It was random. How do you know? Because you did it? Oh, right, to the community. Also, I'm remember to check out this boss fight to see if it's even started downloading that up again. And out. Thank you, Brad and Shady, for 100 each. Choo choo indeed. Stabbed that poor lady. Thank you, Chemically Rad, as well. Let me just check my update. It's downloading. It's going to take 11 minutes. It's done 37%. So if you haven't noticed any frame stutters, and I don't think I've dropped any frames, remember the dark days of BT. Just remember what that was like for us all. Ooh, speed? No. No, bollocks. But that's still fine. So I do have, like I mentioned before we started recording, I have 2 stories to tell. One is related to YouTube, one is related to Night Model's customer service. Which story do you want first? You're getting both whether you like it or not, but which do you want first? I have not heard of Future Fight, no. I already play a Marvel mobile game though, it's called Strike Force, Marvel Strike Force. It's like a turn-based RPG type thing. Very, very gacha, tries to trick you into buying lots of little things, but it's quite fun. Does any story involve skeletons? Technically, yes, but I'm not going to tell you which. Thank you, Pride Steven, for the bits and the dildo bit emote, or whatever that is. Alright, YouTube first. It's not a unicorn, it's a dildo. We have to say that more often than you'd think in Scotland, because we have both. Thank you, Serenity, as well, for 46 months with a tier 1 sub. All the months, allegedly. Thanks for all the fun content and helping keeping me sane during this wacky time. You're very welcome. Also, I feel like that was the message you used last month as well, because I remember reading that. But you're welcome regardless. Alright, the YouTube story first then. So as far as I'm aware on... Oh, actually, well, first of all, mini YouTube story. YouTube 2 surpassed 1,700 subscribers, which is awesome. That happened over the weekend.
Oh.
Thank you, Yoshi, for the bits. Google Play Music All Access with YouTube Premium with YouTube Originals because Google is good at naming. Oh, I'm glad you're enjoying God Tier. The second video didn't do as well as the first one because I think the first one had more views because people were giving it a chance. But those that did watch it watched more of it than average. So anyway, that's the little side story for YouTube. The other story is that I've been seeing an increasing number of people talking about something on YouTube that I didn't think was a thing anymore. Because my understanding, and I've talked about this multiple times over the years in Isaac videos, is that as of the rise of Minecraft YouTubers about 4 years ago? 3 years? 4 years? Which also spawned Reply Girls. That's when YouTube made liking and commenting on a video mean absolutely nothing for the algorithm. Because that's what made Reply Girls get big. Because people were commenting and clicking through on videos and hating on them, but they didn't care because they just wanted the attention. So YouTube's only solution was just to make comments and likes and such not matter. Because they couldn't think of any other way to do it. Reply Girls were a thing where, like, if a big Minecraft YouTuber put out a video, they'd put out a video with the exact same title but much shorter, and it's literally just them showing their cleavage and talking to the camera. And people would click through thinking it was the next part because it had the same name just cut off, and then they'd leave hate comments and downvotes or dislikes because obviously it wasn't what they were looking for, but that bumped it up in the algorithm so it became the next recommended video in the autoplay setting. That's what a Reply Girl is. Or was. I don't think they're a thing anymore. Ooh, hang on a second, let me think about this because it's a speed skull. It's gotta be better than this, right? Okay. And that's the multi-attack, right. Well, they found a way to cheat the system, so, you know. Hype train success. Hang on, what did I get? A treasure chest with an up arrow? It's called Hype Chest. I don't know. So anyway, that was the thing. So that was my understanding of how YouTube dealt with it, because Reply Girls kind of faded out of existence. But I hear more and more people going back to like the old ways of asking for likes and comments and whatnot. And for a while I thought it was just because... Oh, thank you, an anonymous gifter for 5 tier 1 subs. I'll read out the names that were given to the end credits, but thank you very much whoever did that. Probably Lord Sycon or Brad.
A gift for you.
So anyway, yeah, I thought it wasn't a thing, but I saw more and more people doing it, and I thought that's just because they didn't know. But then it got to the point where so many people were doing it, I felt like maybe my information was just out of date. And that kind of on the down low, maybe the bigger partners got told this. YouTube did start making comments and likes matter again, and just didn't tell anyone.
A gift for you.
Because they don't want a new wave of people cheating the system. We don't really need that, but we don't need the space right now.
A gift for you.
And that's pretty fast. It wasn't you? Fair enough. So anyway, I wanted to do an experiment with this for those of you who still watch anything on the YouTube side, be it on YouTube 1 or 2. Go out of your way to remember to leave a like if you see one that's gaining some traction, and a comment ideally, but not a repeat comment because then YouTube will grab you. But just for like a week, 2 weeks, like if you just go to YouTube to catch up on Skul, for instance, just do it on the Skul videos. And I'll be able to tell in the background with the analytics whether or not it's made any difference very, very quickly. So a week, 2 weeks, it would have to be a group effort. You can do it on YouTube 1 or YouTube 2, I don't care. But it'll help me get a grasp on whether or not they've sneakily reverted. Ooh. Oh, they've added a new thing. Hide in a lamp and be invincible for a second, then burst out. Goodbye, skeleton soldier. Is that better than his other one? I like the chunky shoulder barge. It is funny. He looks like the teapot from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, I did do one thing wrong in the... well, one thing that wasn't caught at the time in the God tier thing. I misread a rule. The Evil Vice President corrected in the comments. It's hard to get to grips with, like, buffs and debuffs a unit of followers does affects them all because they're all the unit. This lady is probably the most annoying to fight. Thankfully, once she lands, you wreck her. But it's the fact she also tries to do her ult in the air. So I'll be painting... actually, is Evil Vice President here? Because I'm pretty sure if I said who I was painting next, he'd be the only one who knew what it was. Oh, I keep forgetting the ninja dashes downwards. I just did it again. What I will say also as well, what YouTube has started doing, I don't know if this information is public to the person, but you may not be aware, but it keeps track of how long you've been subscribed to someone and will display it as long as you have allowed your subscriptions to be displayed. It'll also keep track of how many of my comment or how many of your comments I like or reply to, and tell me if I've done it with a little icon. So it helps the YouTuber know, like, who's a good commenter or who's someone you've ignored. Which is quite interesting. I don't think, I know if the YouTuber likes a comment on YouTube, it'll obviously show you, but I don't think it tells you as much information as it gives in the back end now. I'm the latter person, aren't I? When was the last time you commented on one of my videos, Apple? Tomorrow afternoon? That's the correct answer. Ooh. My ninja skills are superior to thou. We've got a 90% chance of a large spike tomorrow for turnips. I'd be interested if I'd actually bought any this week. The reason I didn't, despite the buy-in being a fairly reasonable 100, is just like I've got the biggest house, so I don't care now. I check them still, in case anyone else needs to sell. But, yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with Animal Crossing for the most part. I'm going to hang on until my birthday next month, because I want to see what they do for your birthday, because I heard it's weird. You definitely get a weird costume, because we saw Evil Vice President wearing it. So at the very least I want to do that. And then maybe come back for Halloween. We'll see. Or to do like a content patch, maybe. Look at you spamming that website that makes you cheat. You're supposed to gamble on turnips. Here you are cheating. I was checking the download is about to finish. Alright, once I get to the next area, unless this goes horribly, I'll start the next story. But yeah, if any of you are willing to do that for me over the next couple of weeks, I will get back to you. In the next two, well, we might do 2 episodes in a row right now, but in the next few Skul episodes I'll update you once the analytics update. Finally. I'm doing massive damage once he does this attack, but only this attack. I just wanted to see if I could time it. No, well, you can do it on old videos as well, actually, if you want. I have no idea if that makes any difference. It might do. It'll be easier for me to see new videos, but honestly, just in general, if they've changed it so that does matter again, then being in the habit of doing it in general would be a massive help. But I'm not convinced yet that it is. Wait, the black line appeared there when I teleported as well. They've messed something up with the visuals in this update. It only appears every so often, but I don't know why. It is a new genie power, yes. You turn into a teacup from Beauty and the Beast and then punch things. It's not as good as the shoulder barge. So anyway, that enemy, the big guy, that attack right there should be fixed now. I wanted to test it. Yep. No! I feel like that hit me before... Hang on. I feel like that hit me before it reached me. Maybe I was just a little slow. Yeah, I think I was just a little slow there. Yeah, that was fine. You killed your own man. Alright, anyway, so the other story about night models and their customer service, or lack thereof. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned in a Skul episode I've been waiting for an order for a while, right? That I half got one thing if it appeared in a big box instead of the whole thing. So I decided to go back and look, like, how long have I been waiting for this order? Early on in the second week of March. Now obviously that's right when the COVID stuff started getting bad. However, I have contacted Night Models Hello True Fate. I have contacted Night Models customer service twice already, between like 3 and 4 weeks apart. And both times I got the same answer, it's just, oh, it's COVID, that's what's slowing the order down. So I thought, okay. What was weird though is that they still are revealing and releasing new models. And presumably taking orders for those models. Like last month it was the Dark Knight Returns stuff, this month they've started showing off Secret 6 stuff. So I'm like, how are you able to do that if the COVID stuff is meaning you can't ship orders? So then, with the help of Google Translate and a lot more patience than I would normally give something, I found the tracking for the original order. Like it got split into 2 halves. And I found the half that I got, and sure enough it said delivered on whatever date it got delivered. And then for the other half it said something very strange. As of April 1st, it's just been held by whatever this delivery company is, and it translated correctly, but I still don't know what it means. It implies that night models have to pay some kind of, I don't know if it's a tax or a charge because of the size of it. But it seems like it's just been sitting there. And not because of COVID. So I decided to get back in touch with Night Model customer service yet again, this time with a lot more information, and to hell with using simple English to make sure they understand. I went full you, it's down to you to translate this, not me. Thank you, Crazy Shady. Shady Doctor's crazy brother. For 13 months with Twitch Prime. Take the sub despite my internet refusing to let me do this for the past 15ish minutes. Well, thank you for persisting. That's very generous of you to use your time like that. So basically I sent them an email saying, look, this is the tracking number, this is what it's saying, something about a fee or processing or something. Yeah, same one. And it's been like that since April 1st. This isn't about COVID. Either get my order to me now or refund it now. I've yet to have a reply back. But I'm starting to understand why people don't buy directly from Night Models and why they have to try and honeypot you by doing web store exclusive shit, like Kite Man is web store exclusive, for instance. Hey, snap! We both got shurikens. That wasn't as chunky as I was hoping that attack would be. The fight we were meant to have, Your wife's turnips are 531 already? That's a good price, everybody take it immediately. We don't have room for this. We don't need that. Not that this is great, but we don't need that. Thank you for the little bits again, Pride Steven. The extra HP might be good. You know what, get rid of that. I don't care for that. Oh, Apex just finished because I've got a massive pop-up on my screen saying Apex Legends is ready to play. Hello Magpie, yes, they fixed that enemy. Specifically in the patch notes I mentioned it. They have inadvertently created a weird visual glitch where a black line appears in my character and pulls down the screen, but other than that... I like this new power for the ninja. It might be an old power because I think we only saw this once. So who knows if it was an original power or not. Either way, it's good. Get ready for your lobby to get absolutely bombarded, Brad. Mine crashed twice when I had an open invite to people. That's because a bunch of randoms from Twitter found me, because there's people who search for the keywords Animal Crossing turnip price. And not one of them said thank you. Either monetarily or vocally. Just you and me, big guy. Now, because you're only getting people from my chat, and there's no randoms here, my suggestion would be let everybody come in, let them all sell, and then kick them all out, and then let another bunch in. It's quicker than watching everybody leave individually. Do I wish I'd bought some turnips now just to get that massive of a profit on them? A little bit, yeah. Take that, maid. The only people allowed to wear maid dresses are anthropomorphized animals. At least that's the rule I was told on Valinar's Island. I don't know if it's true or not. So it is a speed skull, but then we have Genie though. But Genie isn't useful for using this. I'm sorry, Swole Genie. He has the less good skill though. I do like that change animation though. Alright, anyway, so that's my two stories. Other than that, I spent my day off painting a crap ton of miniatures. Not even just the ones I posted pictures of, incidentally, there was more. And a lot of videos went up on YouTube too over the weekend, just in general, because I had a lot of unboxings filmed. I don't really like spamming those since they're low effort, but at the same time, because the miniatures aren't out in the US, it made sense to try and get them out because it's more likely they'll get viewership. So it is enormous, you can't hope to avoid it. Unless you're a ninja, of course. Think of it a little bit. Oh, I did have a random question, but I guess I should wait until you're all finished visiting Brad's Island. I wonder if they've improved that skull yet. Or the power skulls in general. I was looking at the back of a packet of... sorry, I can't help it but just talk about it. I was looking at the back of a packet of crisps, and you know how they have those, like, customer care lines? I was thinking to myself, for what reason would you ever call that as an eater of the crisps? Because if you get a packet of crisps and like they're open or off or whatever, you take them back to where you bought them from and say, here's my receipt, these are bad, give me another one, and they will. Or their money back. What reason would you ever have to call the phone number they provide? Is that not just a thing they put on there so it looks like they care when really it serves no purpose? Thoughts? Feelings? I can't help the random things I think of when I'm staring at things, okay? Aerial attacks are the negative of this skull because you do the downward dash. In case of a recall? But the supermarkets take things in if they get recalled. I worked in a supermarket. I only ever remember like maybe 2 product recalls in the time I was there, but you just take them in. Now granted, it might not be the same in every country, but it's British packaging for these particular crisps, so... Maybe if you see Jesus in a chip. That would be a very fringe case, I'll grant you. Wow, you killed your friend. Atomic Mass Games tweeting? It is. What are they tweeting about? Oh yeah, they're doing a stream today on Ronin. At least that's what I'm accusing them of. Badumch. Oh, you know what, Insanity Red? You just thought of the one good excuse I thought of as well for the one time my mother phoned one of those numbers. We both used to really like this syrup porridge that was specifically branded to Scottish people by a company that... I think it's Quaker Oats, but it's like a specific Scottish one they did that tasted better than their other ones. And they just stopped doing it, so my mother phoned them up to ask why. The answer was, we just stopped. Power Skull? Nope, nope. Deepwood chickens. Mmm, delish. I'm tempted to take that just because I haven't, but I'm fairly certain there's no like encyclopedia of items in this yet, so there's no real need. Nah, we're fine. The attack speed and bonus damage for speed skulls is working out well. I was reminded of that time when my mother phoned up about those packets of porridge, because I was having a hankering for them and I was like, did you ever find those again? Because sometimes you can find them bizarrely. It was like, no, but they do their own like universal non-Scottish syrup porridge. I'll get you a packet of it to try. You gave me it, it's trash. It does not taste nice. Also, did I go very Scottish there and say get you? Instead of get you? I feel like I did. It happens sometimes. It slips out. Oh, it's because I'm channeling my mother. My mother sounds more Scottish than I do. Because unlike me, she's not posh. Take this. You're Scottish? Allegedly, yeah. You got 10 free chip coupons? Well, I'm going to be trying a bunch of American like crisps and savoury snacks. Because I was really hankering for more of those ranch Pringles, but there's no way in hell I'm paying what I paid on eBay. But I found a website, I think it's just called like americancandy.co.uk. They just import crap from America. And they had, still way too much for a packet of Pringles, but they had the ranch Pringles for like $2.70 each or something. Damn sight better than the £7 or so that people on eBay want. So I got a few of them and then kind of perused the store and saw some other things that caught my eye. So I might have some findings to report once they arrive. They mentioned that they're having problems because of COVID as well. Heckin has turnips? You can sell turnips for massive profit. If you go to Brad's island, or sorry, his wife's island. Gotcha. The Super Spicy Chip Challenge. I have no idea what that collection of words mean. Is that like some kind of Pringles promotion? Oh yeah, some of the supermarkets here have like American food import sections as well. The like choice and whatnot are not usually that great. There was a lot of stuff on that website I found which I just had never heard of because we just don't have them. Which made them intriguing, even though most American candy is garbage. Your savoury stuff is good. Your like chocolatey stuff, mostly terrible. Yes, except raw chocolate has wax in it, whatever. There's no excuse for tasting bad. We've all eaten a candle now and then. Land first, then attack. We have kettle brand here as well, but I think Americans get a bigger variety than we do. I quite like them. Not a bad mix as long as we get rid of the healer fast. What did she hit me with there? The spike didn't come out. Oh, it was her arrow. Your healer's dead. Get out of here, Lorsan. That's a reference that Leave Vice President's gonna get. Ooh. Not good for bosses, but still. Yeah, we'll give it a go. That's why you buy European chocolate. I mean, in general, we shouldn't really be buying any chocolate. Is that a frog doing a backflip? I don't think it's meant to be, but I choose to believe that it is. Oh, come on, it didn't knock me the right way. Aha! Oh, if only you could fully stealth this. Did you all see that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 are getting HD remasters? I love those games. Especially if they managed to get the same old soundtracks back. Hello, June. I too have a lot of nostalgia for those games. I played the crap out of the demo mostly, because I couldn't afford the full game. Eventually I did get it. I think I only ever played the demo of the second one though, or I played my friend's copy. Gotta remember we have a Death Defy, so even though our health is a bit low, it might not matter. Do that attack over and over. Oh dear, not a good time to get stuck in an animation here. Are you doing anything? No. Oh, that messed her up. She's facing the wrong way. I also don't know if that's the right one. It is the right one. My double jump stopped there. It's stopped. There's no point. The other one's too low to bother. Just dodge. Swap back, please. Evil Vice President. Wait, didn't you say hello already? Or was that Evil Vice Chancellor and I got you confused for the first time in forever? Finally. So the one with the white helmet? I think it is. It's the wrong one again! God damn, the RNG in this fight's annoying. There's an HD remaster of 1 and 2. I think out in September, the tweet said. What the? There wasn't an attack on the screen. Are you kidding me 3 times in a row? They need to change this fight. They really do. I know this is just exceptionally bad luck, but still. 1 and 2 are still good now, it's just they look garbage, which an HD remaster will fix, thankfully. That attack has not been fixed. Did you see that? I got hit before she was even close to landing. Are you kidding me? 4 times in a row? Just end me. I've had enough. That's exceptionally bad RNG and not worth continuing. Because there's no way we'd do the second form. Good run ruined by terrible luck. And definitely not something that should factor in that heavily. 2 more runs and we can get the better Death Defy.